so many different ways to make this video, but I think I'm just going to make it all about Black Cat. Because ultimately, that's who I'm talking about. Ultimately, that's who I get into. I'm trying to, like, talk about my experiences with Poke and Melee, but I don't know, it just seems like a tangent. So I'm going to start off talking about Black Cat and just finish it with that too. Black Cat's broken. Okay, completely broken. I'm just gonna throw it out there. I hate this character. Wow, what the hell? That was crazy loud. But I've been playing a lot of Hela, and it's been fun. I'm one level off of Lord, but because I'm not on my melee characters, somebody else's, and I'm the prey of dive now, unless I hit 3 headshots in a row. Especially Black Cat. Black Cat is by far the most broken character in this entire game, and I would put it above Invis, and it's not even close. And I really, really hate Invis a lot. But even then, I would say it's not even close. Black Cat is... I'm going to get into it. The first thing I want to talk about is the iframes. Okay, this is what I've noticed when I fought against many Black Cats lately, because a lot of people are picking her more and mastering her more. So she has this ability called Phantom Pursuit, and it's incredibly easy to get this ability. You just need, like, I don't know, what is it, 300? Yeah, 300 coins. It's not hard to get this by any means. And what that means is you have pretty much infinite amount of iframes. And now the problem with this iframes is it does damage. A lot of damage. That is a lot of damage. For an ability, you can not only combo, but spam. Very easy to combo and spam. Not only does it give you immortality frames and does damage, but it moves you. And it is a long-range attack. Now here is the real issue I have. Is the movement. Because 9 times out of 10, maybe just 10 times out of 10, you will confuse this ability with her dash. Which she can immediately go into after. And they both do damage. So you don't understand where she's going. And there's no way to tell. Because it looks identical. Okay, it looks identical. There is, in the moment, in a practical scenario, there is zero way to tell whether it's the Phantom Pursuit or the dash. And even if here's the thing. Even if you knew, it didn't matter. Because 1, they both do damage, and 2, they can both easily be comboed. There is zero delay between the two abilities. You might as well call it an animation cancel with how seamless it is. The only reason it's not an animation cancel is because the iframes are an animation in and of themselves. So first off with that, I think it's beyond ridiculous to have a immortality frame doing damage. Okay, like Star-Lord's iframes do no damage. And that's okay. Because it's a very short iframe. However, Black Cat not only does damage, but it's a long iframe. It's a long animation. It's long, dude. It's like a second and a half. Now, in this game, a second and a half can mean a lot for damage, right? You can't look me in the eyes and say this isn't a completely broken ability. I have zero idea how this got past any sort of human brain. Because it's so overtuned. And now, speaking of overtuned, I want to get into her damage. And I'm going to, transition into what the practical scenario you'll see. And why I think this character is broken and needs a nerf. So her whip can also be spammed and does a lot of damage. And it is AoE. So you can hit multiple people at once. It's a pretty big AoE too. It's very easy. Not a lot of skill there. Yes, I'm insulting Black Cat Veins. I don't care. But this, so the claw whip combined with the double jump, combined with the iframes that pretty much auto tracks and also does damage from a long range. You're going to be fighting this character basically in the air because she double jumps the whole time. You're going to be fighting this character while she's immortal and doing damage to you. And doing an AoE, so she's hitting everyone at once, getting money back at the same time, dashing around all the place because she has 2 dashes. That's what you're going to be doing against this character. And it's impossible to tell where she's going. And you know the real cherry on top? She can go invisible. You know, this whole store system, you don't need to use any of this other than the Helm of Hades because that's your invisibility. You can win match after match after match and not use a single store ability other than the invisibility. Because going invisible is broken in and of itself. Because in a hero shooter, not knowing where someone is, not having that intel, being able to sneak behind them is an incredible value. And this character can spam everything. Can just spam every broken ability in the game. This is a good way to sum it up. She can spam every broken ability in this game. That is a great way to sum it up. And it needs a nerf. It needs a nerf so bad. So I'm going to tell you the nerfs this character needs now. One, there are 2 paths about Phantom Pursuit. You either make it so it's not iframes, or you make the damage less. Okay, because I can't really see them changing the movement. It's like the whole point of that ability is that it's a long range. I struggle to come up with an alternative to the movement. So that's the 2 options. You remove the iframes or you make it do less damage. Now the claw whip. I would make it do less AoE. You know, you have to be, I would make you have to be closer, and the left and right sweep shorter. So you can't hit everyone all at once, even though they're like a mile apart, right? Like right here, I'm hitting both people. That shouldn't happen. Okay, I would nerf that. I would nerf it so you either have to be closer, like this maybe, to hit both. Or if you don't want to do that, I would nerf that damage as well. And now the reason I'm so fast to nerf Black Cat's damage, I wouldn't easily nerf other melee characters' damage as I would easily nerf Black Cat. And the reason is because it can all be comboed seamlessly. There is not one thing stopping her, not an animation, not a cooldown, not anything. It can all be comboed immediately. And it does so much damage. She becomes immortal, and the iframes look the same as the dash. If you're gonna make it all so seamless, you need to lower the damage. if you don't want to change any ability in and of itself to be slightly different, then just nerf damage across the board. Because even if you nerf damage across the board by like 5 or 6, her damage is still going to be incredibly high. Her survivability is still going to be incredibly high. You know, I saw this post a long time ago saying that dive characters should be either like Magic, where she's kind of slow but tanky, or it could be BP, where he's really fast but can explode really easily. Right, like Spider-Man 2. Instead, Daredevil and Black Cat, they are very fast and they're also very tanky. The problem is that's broken. There's no hard counter, not even hard counter. There's no real soft counter to that other than skill dipping or the entire team peeling for you. And I suppose I'm just going to say in my mind, in my thought process, that is unhealthy. That is not a healthy thing for a game to have. So that pretty much wraps it up. I just wanted to talk about it because I'm seeing more and more Black Cat players, and I just became very aware to just how strong and broken this character really is. It doesn't matter if I hit all my shots on Hela. It doesn't matter if I get her down to half HP. She just gets over health. It doesn't matter if my team peels. She just goes invisible and runs away. It just doesn't matter. She has everything. This character has everything. And because I'm mad, I'm gonna say she's not hard to play. This character isn't that hard. She is worse button spam than DD, Daredevil. A lot of people like to say Daredevil is button spam. I think this character is true button spam. Because every button does something broken, and it can all be comboed seamlessly. Alright, that's about it.